Hello everyone, it's Daisy here at Yoseka and welcome to another unboxing video. Today we are going to be talking about this very cool ink catalog from Hobby Stationery Box magazine. And for those of you who don't know, Hobby Stationery Box, they do a quarterly magazine featuring all different types of like pens, and these are just some previous issues that we have had. Like this one is like all about glass pens. It's kind of a big book, and for this ink catalog they scaled the book down a little bit, which I'm a fan of, but I'll try to flip through some of these previous ones and just show you what they're all about. So it's really cool. They, like for this one that featured glass pens, there's a definite like trend going on in glass pens recently in the stationery world and in Japan in particular. So this one features like some handmade glass pens from artists. And then this one is from April of 2022. And this one was featuring this really cool new stationery store that was coming to Japan called Stationery Station, I believe. Stationery Selection, I can't remember. But they featured these like special edition pens that were only available at their store when they open. And then this is another one with some Ferris wheel press inks and a Ferris wheel press fountain pen on the cover, and this one is from October of 2021. They feature like new pens that come out like, whoa. Now, every time we get one of these, we just flip through them and we get inspired and we have opinions about pens like this one, which are so insane. But yeah, it's definitely just like a fun read through. It's obviously in Japanese only, but Neil and I love looking at the pictures, and sometimes I ask Christine to help translate like some piece of the text for me because she reads Japanese. So this is their new ink catalog, and it is 2,500 ink colors, and it is actually a second edition because the first edition of their ink catalog was from 2020, around 2020, I would say, and this one was featuring 2,000 ink colors, and we were a huge fan of these because this ink catalog actually did this crazy thing, which is like the camera is not even going to be able to capture all this, but this is like a chart of 2,000 ink colors plotted on an axis of like reds and yellows of like different colors basically. And so they'll say like this color is 30% brown and 40% yellow and green, and you can just chart out all the colors in that way. And I'm thinking it's like two-sided. It is quite, I don't even know who did this, who had the brain to do this, I would like to know. But so this was the previous ink catalog that came out in, I'm thinking 2020, but I'm not sure. And then just recently we have their new ink catalog in this much smaller, much more convenient size of 2,500 different colors. So it is introducing 500 more colors. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to kind of flip through and see all the different options. They have by brand, so like this is the Pilot inks, for example, and they swatch out the colors. They do a written sample with all the colors, I'm guessing with some kind of like dip pen. In the front of the book, they also have like an introduction to fountain pens, and obviously it is in Japanese, but the pictures are pretty cool to see. Like they just have like some basic information about fountain pens. Like this looks like, I'm guessing, like different filling mechanisms for a fountain pen. So this is like a cartridge, step 1, 2, 3, and this is a converter, step 1, 2, 3, and this is a piston filler, step 1, 2, and 3. And they even have things like how to clean your fountain pen, you know, how to I'm just guessing, so this might all be wrong, but my interpretation of the photos, this looks like is like don't store your fountain pen facing down, but store it facing up, because the ink will leak out if you store it facing down. That's kind of like what I'm making of it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to flip through these photos, and my favorite part is obviously looking at the actual ink swatches, because there are so many brands of inks. Robert Oster is like a really well-known one, but there are so many brands of inks that I haven't necessarily heard of, and I haven't necessarily seen all of these different colors and all of the beautiful bottles. And it's nice for us when we're thinking about like maybe we'll bring some of these in, and just to discover like this one is so pretty with this collection of sort of very like light nuanced colors and this very beautiful bottle. And there are some really interesting special ones, like I didn't know, I'm trying to look for it, but I didn't know that Monte Grappa had a Harry Potter edition ink, and I thought that was so funny. I think it's on the cover over here. So that's one. And I love this bottle. This bottle is so beautiful. So I think that this is just a nice magazine to have. It's not like necessarily you're going to be able to find all of these ink bottles, because some of them are going to be really limited to certain stores. But it's cool just to be able to flip through and see the types of colors that exist out there in the world. And yeah, I certainly have a lot of fun with these. And then they have some, I guess, some user profiles over here in the back of people who use inks in different ways. Like this person has created this absolutely stunning, I don't know, is it a drawing or something? Like it's kind of a drawing, but there's also writing in the middle, and she's used, it looks like a few different inks in here, because there's like a gradation of colors that is so beautiful. And that actually reminds me of our friend Andrew at Pen Friends UK and his beautiful artwork that he does with fountain pen inks. I feel like he should be featured in one of these magazines. There you have it. This is the new ink catalog from Hobby Stationery Box. And we have this on display in our store for anybody who wants to visit and just thumb through it. If you don't want to get it yourself, that's obviously understandable because it's in Japanese. But it is in store for anybody who wants to check it out in store. Thanks for watching. Bye.